Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is Friday, December 6th, about 5 p.m. Central Time, my time. If you have not subscribed to my channel, it is still new. Please do subscribe. My first goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. Therefore, I can start doing live shows. That's what I really want to do. But I got to pay my dues first, make many videos. Every subscriber counts. Please press that red button. It's free. And like Mike Fisher says, you press that like button, it beats the algorithms. Basically, get your video viewed more. When I'm able to go live, my live shows will be live, if you know what I mean. I'll have a call-in line, just like Law Nation does. And every now and then a Zoom-in line, and y'all can call up. Disagree with me, agree with me, or we could just chop it up about the passion that we share, the Cowboys, the blue and silver that we all bleed, DC Nation. Now, before we get into anything, Hamlin is okay. He has woken up from what I think was a, short coma. Tube was taken out of his mouth last night. He's able to barely talk, but he's neurologically intact, which is best thing that we could hope for. 9 minutes without oxygen. They say 3 minutes without oxygen, you can start to get brain damage. 9 minutes without air. Prayer works. And there is prayer across the nation for that young man. Looks like he'll be all right. I don't know how Buffalo and Cincinnati will make that game up, or if they'll just be a game short, or if they just, one of them forfeits, or they just both get a tie, because I know the Bills were the 1 seed, I believe, going into that game. That was the biggest game of the season for the AFC this year. We'll see how that plays out. But we're going into Week 18. Playing Washington, who is eliminated. They're starting Sam Howell, rookie at quarterback, all game. Eagles have the Giants coming in. A lot of people are assuming the Giants are going to rest their starters. Brian Dable is his first year as head coach. Doesn't have a track record. We don't know his style. Vegas thinks they're going to rest their starters as they got Philadelphia as a 14-point favorite. We're going to Washington to play Sam Howell, rookie quarterback, 5th rounder in this draft class. I honestly believe we could rest 80% of our starters and still win the game. I would still like Dak to play the whole game, to play a clean game. T.Y. Hilton to play so they can continue to get on rhythm. The offensive line to play so that starting 5 can get some continuity going into the playoffs. Be it as says he'll be ready for the playoffs, but they always say that high ankle sprain. I don't see it. And I think we could probably be better off without him going down this stretch. And Washington has, a good stout defense. They'll come out in the first quarter, to really give it all they got. But if they don't get on top early, I think, they'll be looking at what they're going to do for the offseason. We can beat Washington resting 3/4 of our guys. We need a week's rest, especially on defense. A lot of defensive guys need to take this week off. And I still believe that we can beat Washington like we did earlier in the season with Rush at quarterback and a lot of guys not playing. Now, I don't think Brian Dable is going to sit his starters. He might sit Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. He might sit those 2 guys. But Tyrod Taylor is still dangerous. And right now, Philadelphia is kind of reeling. They might play Jalen Hurts. It's not 100% sure. Sirianni says he is trending upwards. But if they play Jalen because they want that 1 seed so bad and they don't trust Minshew to pull this off, and he's not 100% and can re-injure that shoulder, that could spell really bad news for the Eagles. Because as they can see, with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, they are not the same team. They lost to a Saints team who had a lot of backups playing. They had their backup quarterback, Andy Dalton, playing. Now, the only problem about getting a 1 seed is Arizona going to the Niners. I don't see how they pull that out. Our shot was last week against the Raiders when overtime. Raiders could not pull it out for us. If they could have, then the door would have been a lot more wide open than it is. So 3 outcomes come out of Sunday. Either the Eagles beat the Giants with a 5 seed, and we go to Tampa and beat Tom Brady for the first time in his career, or the Giants play their guys like they did in 07 to go into the playoffs with a lot of confidence and momentum. You know, they lost against New England in 07 in Week 17 by, 38-35 on a long Randy Moss touchdown pass. But that game gave them the confidence to roll through the playoffs on the road. They went to Tampa, to Dallas, to Green Bay, and then played the Patriots again. That was a gauntlet of a playoff schedule for the Giants to win in 07. And pretty similar in 2011, although it was win and get in Week 17 for them. I just don't see Brian Daboll rolling over. I see him wanting to win, get 10 wins to finish the season, beat a good Philadelphia team, and then go to Minnesota riding that wave. I would be surprised if Brian Daboll sits all of his guys. I can see him sitting 1 or 2, but I would be very surprised to see that. So, the 3 scenarios is Philly wins, we go to Tampa. If Philly loses and San Fran wins and we handle our business, then we'd be the 2 seed. And Green Bay's not losing Sunday night. You just pencil Green Bay in as the 7 seed already because they're going to be. So if we're the 2 seed, then we'd host Aaron Rodgers. So 5 seed, we go play TB12. The 2 seed, we play GB12. Both who have been our daddy as of recent memory. Rodgers mostly in the playoffs, and Tom Brady his whole career. And then the third, 5% chance of Eagles and Niners losing and us winning would be the 1 seed, which would be glorious to get that full bye week and get rested. We kind of blew that when we blew the 17-point lead against Jacksonville. I knew that game was going to haunt us, but is what it is. So most likely plan to go to Tampa wild card weekend. But there's no guarantees any given Sunday. We'll see where the chips fall on Sunday. I mean, the Eagles have not looked impressive the last 2 weeks. I mean, they haven't looked horrible, but they haven't looked impressive either. When Dak Prescott went out, we won our first 4 in a row. And then Game 5 at Philly, it was a ball game in the fourth quarter. I would just rather rest our guys. Cowboys are saying that they're going to play. We're going to play all our starters against Washington. Michael Parsons was asked if they're going to be updated, about the Eagles game while they're playing Washington because we play at the same time. Here in Houston, we're going to have the Cowboys game on Fox and the Eagles on CBS simultaneously, so I'll be able to watch both at home without having to go somewhere. But Michael Parsons says that they're not going to get any updates about the Eagles game, and they're going to play through the echoes of the whistle against Washington to beat Washington. This Cowboys defense, especially defense, needs a week of rest. It really does, to get back in that pass rushing form that we had before the last 3 games. We've had 3 sacks in the last 3 games, and I believe that's due to attrition. Before that, we were sack monsters. If I were the head coach, I would sit at least half of our starters, the key guys. We can beat Washington with half of our starters on the field. With Dak at quarterback, the offensive line, Malik Davis at running back, and maybe Tony Pollard sit Zeke for 1 game. Let Tony just get a couple touches. Malik Davis is very, very suitable. I mean, he's not bad at all for running back number 3. Have T.Y. Hilton, Noah Brown, Tolbert, and Kavontae Turpin at receiver. Have the two rookies at tight end and McEwen, let Schultz sit out. The offensive line play out on defensive line. Take out Tank. Take out Fowler. Take out Armstrong and Bohanna. Secondary. Take out Curse Wilson. And then, let Izzy, Marquise Bell, and third safety play. Take out Diggs. Let Bland, Nashawn Wright, Kelvin Joseph play. The key guys. Micah Parsons, I would not want him to play. I would sit most of my starters. Cowboys will beat Washington. I don't care if it's by a point. We'll beat them with half of our guys on the bench, getting rest that we need. But that's just what they're saying. So we'll see. But it would be cool to be able to check on the Eagles game visually, during the Cowboys commercial break to see what that game looks like. And I'll be very happy if Brian Dable comes out, guns blazing, looking to take out divisional rival Philly and spoil their playoff seeding. And I would really love it if Trace McSorley pulls a rabbit out of his ass and utilizes DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown in that offense and, attack that Niners defense like Vegas did. Vegas, with Stidham at quarterback, move the ball up and down the field. If Arizona can do that, they have a shot against San Fran. And if Brock Purdy can just play one game like a 7th-round rookie, that'd be great also. So, it ain't over yet. We're either going to be the 5 seed, the 2 seed, or the 1 seed. Chances are the 5 seed, but the 2 seed and the 1 seed still are not out of the picture. Now, the 2 seed's funny because we'd host Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers says besides Lambeau, AT&T Stadium feels like a home game to him. He's very comfortable there. It's where he won the Super Bowl. And every time he plays in our stadium, he just says it's one of those places that you don't feel like you're playing away. Any team we play in the postseason is going to be tough. Tampa has not looked good all year, but come playoff time, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, as so will us. I can't remember the last time the NFC had 4 12-plus win teams. I mean, there's a good chance we go 13-4. Niners go 13-4. Eagles got 13 wins. And Minnesota, they'll probably sit their guys because they don't have a chance to move up in seeding, I don't believe. Actually, they do. They could go to the 2 seed if San Fran loses. So it could be 4 teams of 13-plus wins or 13 wins. And it looked like the NFC was wide open earlier this season. It looked like it was wide open, and the only team that was really standing tall was Philly. Now it's Philly, Minnesota, and San Fran. And if Green Bay gets in at the 7th seed, they're going to be, I know everybody's saying the top 3 teams in the NFC playoff race is Philly, San Fran, and Dallas. But if Green Bay gets in, it's going to be Philly, San Fran, Dallas, and Green Bay. Because the Packers are a good team, and they're starting to come together at the right time. And I think Tampa Bay also. Because playoff Brady, like Skip Bayless says, becomes Psycho Tom. Where he just makes it happen. And they've got weapons galore, especially at the skill positions. But I would rather let a lot of our guys get some rest this week. I know we've had a longer week because we played Thursday night, but really go into the playoffs rested and healthy. And rather be at Ash, stay out, McGovern keep at center. Right now, the starting 5 at Washington will be Peters at left tackle, Tyler at left guard, McGovern at center, Martin at right tackle, Martin at right guard, Ty Smith at right tackle. I like that starting 5 right there. I think that's the best start. I think that's a better starting 5 than what we had before with the rookie at left tackle, McGovern at guard, B-Dash at center. I think Peters, Tyler, and McGovern are a better left side. And then Martin and Ty Smith on the right side. Pretty damn powerful. Two Hall of Famers playing next to each other for the first time in their career. So we'll see what happens after that. After Sunday, after the chips fall, I'll get back with y'all and we'll know exactly who's playing who and what seed everybody is. And we'll go from there. But I want to get to the NFC Championship game this year, at least, minimum. Last time I saw us play a championship game, I was 10. And then we went to Tempe, Arizona, and played Pittsburgh and beat them 27-17. I remember every piece of that game. So 27 years now. It's about time we make that leap. We have the team to do it. If Prescott can just not turn the ball over and we win the turnover battle in every playoff game, that ups our chances tenfold. So we'll see what happens. Please subscribe, like, and share, guys. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Guarantee you will be entertained. I guarantee you that. I promise you that. You will not regret subscribing to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. Got 30 years of watching this team. My first game was Super Bowl 28 against Buffalo. I was 6. And first Cowboy game I ever saw. And for some reason, I just fell in love with the silver and blue. And ever since then, I've seen every game since the start of the 94 season all the way up until now. I can tell you the record of every season. Most seasons, I can tell you detailed information about certain games. And I've got a Rolodex in my head that would just blow some people away. That's just the passion I feel for this team. But that's about it for right now, guys. That's my thoughts on this Week 18 NFL season. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything, even this. Seek Him and His righteousness, and everything else will fall into place. I am living testimony of that. He provides my family and I for what we need each and every day. I don't look forward to the next day. The next day will come, and He'll provide for that day. I just like to put that in my show. Y'all keep it real, DC Nation. Get ready for Sunday. Put your war paint on, and be Giant and Cardinal fans at the same time. 3 games will decide the fate of the NFC seeding. That 1 seed would be a blessing. If by chance the Niners and Eagles fall and we handle our business and we get that coveted bye week, we have a huge shot. Not only get to the championship game, but getting to the Super Bowl, because we only got to win 1 game to get to the championship game. But we'll see what happens. We've got the team to do it this year. I just believe that we need to rest some key guys so we can get teams in 3rd and long in the playoffs and be effective on reaching the quarterback like we've been all season besides the last 3 games. That's it for this episode, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'll catch y'all Sunday after the 3 o'clock games. Charles in Charge is out. Deuce.